worked the first time.
Bing.
Hello, good people of the YouTube Nation and Spotify.
Carter's dead.
Well,
I was just thinking about what we have about to do.
we got some bad ones for you today. We watched them so that you don't have to.
Yes.
No, but I mean, it's like, oh man, there's a World Star video where this guy gets knocked the fuck out, and I mean, I think you can almost see like his jaw come off. It's like, cue that motherfucker up, man. So hopefully, if someone listens to this, they'll go back and watch it and agree with us and change the Amazon Prime ratings for it.
Yeah, they're pretty good, and I don't understand. So we're doing Dark Shadows first. We kind of did the Johnny Depp Amber Heard day, so we'll be doing Drive Angry with Amber Heard later. And we'll find out how crazy does Taylor like him.
Pretty damn crazy.
I didn't really like him. Anyway, so Dark Shadows is a Tim Burton film with good old Johnny Depp. 2012. 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. However, and I've got a big old note here on my notepad talking about the Amazon rating, and a big word that says shameful. Shameful. It is. It's got like over 6,000 ratings on Amazon, and it's almost a 5-star out of 5. Shameful.
I was out of 5.
If you,
I mean,
I didn't know if it was 5 out of 10, but I didn't know it was 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a 4.5 star out of 5 stars, which means a bunch of people have given it 5s. So I want to know. If anybody watches this, 10 years from now when we're famous and you're coming back and watch old, archived episodes and you're watching this shit and you're like, oh man, I gave Dark Shadows a 5 because I want to blow Johnny Depp while he's a fucking vampire. Let us know why, because we're gonna judge you.
He looks terrible.
I know, but he got a blowjob, so I'm gonna tell you. In the movie,
a blowjob from his great granddaughter. It's not just a blowjob. It's like Pornhub blowjob. It's
no. He gets it from what's Tim Burton's wife's name? The doctor.
Dr. Huffman.
Helen Bonham Carter.
Or whatever.
She blows him.
Yes, she blows him, but she's also one of the sisters.
No, she's a doctor. She's not related.
She's not related. She brings him.
She was the kid's doctor.
She's a kid's doctor. She's supposed to have been helping the kid cope, and she doesn't do one thing in the movie to help him.
I guess that makes it a little better, but I was just laboring the whole time. She's one of the siblings, and I was like, oh.
No, but
that would have made the movie more interesting, for sure, because it was boring as fuck.
Well, at least you can't have a throat baby, an incest throat baby. I mean, so that's at least
I just threw up in my mouth.
Are you having a little mouth abortion? Those are illegal.
My body, my choice.
Okay, I'll puke up anything I want to.
Apparently, it's not your choice.
No.
Well, maybe when you find you can make a choice for me.
To get you drunk until you don't fly the stairs?
I'm sure there's an old white man down the street that would happily make that choice for you.
Wow. Okay, well, let's get this. I don't know what happened.
IMDb, 6.2 out of 10. We'll start it off with Casey Katakata. What are we calling it today?
I think I'm being generous with this. I gave it a 2.
A 2?
Yeah, just because, there's, good people in it.
Yeah.
The cast, that's just for the cast. The movie was shit, and those people are good. I don't know what happened here. But why does Hollywood have to just keep remaking shit? Make up something fucking new.
Well, come on.
It's just,
you can't do something new. I don't have a problem with them remaking some stuff, but also
why do you have to remake everything?
But also, the Dark Shadows.
Yeah,
it's like turning The Price is Right into a fucking movie. No one asked for that. Remaking something that needs to be remade. It might have something to it. And I was shocked, and I remember when this movie came out because I looked into it because I was like, what the fuck is Dark Shadows? That TV show was on for like 6 years. Like, what?
Yeah.
How the fuck did this make this 6? Of course, and I'm sure that is some atrocious shit that they did back then, like the 60s. Like the 60s kind of like goth vampire with witches. I bet that is fucking, terrible.
I bet.
Well,
Just like it is.
Well, let me say this. A behind the scenes of Bob Barker, and Bob Barker is like evil. I might watch that.
Yeah.
Barker's just this raging douchebag, but he's the shit. But
Price is wrong.
Bitch. Oh, he's Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres could play him.
Yeah.
There you go. Cameron Lover. Behind the scenes, bitch.
Carter, what are you rating?
Well, I mean, I'll go ahead. I'll give it a 3. Just because I can't count to 9, so we'll just go stop at 3. No, and the only reason I give it that is it's like kind of like some of the sets and the look of it. You know, it had that kind of Tim Burton feel without it being too over the top. Like it was.
I mean, the house was pretty cool.
Like when you opened the fireplace, dogs howling and stuff like that. You know, it's like, oh, okay, but it's still.
I like the chandelier, and then that got ruined at the end.
I mean, Johnny Depp did the movie. I mean, I did enjoy the way he talked, but it just the whole time you're looking at him, it's like, why did they make him anorexic?
Oh, he made himself anorexic.
What did
he drank green tea, I think, and then just only ate fruit, and he only weighed like 140 pounds or something.
Yeah, but okay, so he did that.
I guess the diet.
So he had the vampire cheekbones when they put the makeup on. But I mean, again,
but yeah,
why did they?
I think it was 140 pounds.
Why did they make him
as fuck?
Why did they make him as Edward Scissorhand again, or the Mad Hatter? I mean, why does he keep? I know Johnny Depp's not he's a pale guy apparently because he Sleepy Hollow and Sweeney Todd. He doesn't have any makeup on, but he's pretty pale. But
nothing wrong with that.
But still, I mean, do they just? What is he covered in? Like the powdered donuts? I mean, shit. But it's
white, cold, dead skin to match the white, cold, dead movie.
That's what he did. He did green tea and low sugar fruit, and that's all he ate and drank.
Continue. This is more interesting than the movie. I mean, for sure.
I know.
But why?
I need to lose some weight.
Why did you method act on this?
Low sugar fruit. What is low sugar fruit? I mean,
because I thought all fruit has sugar in it, right?
Banana, tomato.
Let's see.
Let's get back on this.
All right.
So my rating as well is going to be a 2. I do believe this might put this as the lowest movie ever.
We still got one to go.
Hey, we got one to go. But I'm going to rank that other one a little higher, and I'll tell you why. Because he likes crazy women.
It has nothing to do with the crazy woman.
There's a very crazy woman in it.
Amber Heard just thinks she's crazy. She's really not, and that's why I'm not attracted. You got to be really crazy. You can't fake crazy.
Okay, we get it.
All right.
Anyway, so I gave it a 2. Just I mean, I'm not gonna say it's terrible. There were parts of it that I enjoyed watching, but very few, and I struggled to pay attention. It didn't. It had that Tim, like you said, we talked about this the other day. Tim Burton has just gone downhill. He's really forgotten how to do a good movie.
I got all that in here too.
I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. The girl he falls in love with is like 12 years old. There's some sexual tension between him and his great granddaughter, who's a werewolf somehow.
Is there sexual tension? I thought he asked how to pick up. Maybe if you saw it, I didn't really get it, but okay.
I do like Ava Green in here. I do think she's hot, but
yeah, she's good looking.
And that's.
But at the same time, how scorned do you have to be to fuck up an entire family's like 300 years of generations. Like,
I totally understand that. From
it sounds like somebody Taylor would date.
it sounds just like women I have dated. Are you kidding me? That how? What? When? Why?
That'd be somebody you would marry.
Yeah.
That crazy.
Hey, to be honest with you, if you gave me that deal, like you could be a vampire and we can fuck forever as long as she keeps looking like that. For like, all right, cool.
She
yeah,
looks like that.
yeah, let's go.
I mean, 200, but yeah.
Whatever.
They're crawling up the walls and all sorts of shit. Hell yeah, let's go. But if I break up with you, 300 years or 200 years, that's a long time. You know, maybe 100 years then, yeah, fuck off.
You just get side pieces.
Let's talk about, do we have favorite characters? I'm going to go with Ava Green just because she's hot.
Why did Dr. Hoffman? Just because I like her, like in Fight Club and Harry Potter. I just like her.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She's good. I mean,
I almost didn't recognize her in this one though.
with the red hair?
Yeah, and she was a little chunky.
She
was a little chunky.
Like usually she usually doesn't look like that.
You could tell the age in this one. She was
Well, I mean, I don't know. I struggle to find the best of anything in this movie because
I had a hard time with the scene.
The movie itself is just it's not put together well. Like it doesn't. It's okay. Well, let's stick with best character before I get on that rant. I guess Eva Green. I mean, although I did like Johnny Depp in it. I mean, I like he's kind of just a goofy serious in some way, shape, or form. But it just doesn't. Nothing goes together well enough to make anything work.
I do like his insults to Eva Green.
Yes, on my buttocks repeatedly, like when he tells her to kiss his ass.
As he goes straight to hell. The pits of hell.
But I mean, he had to. I don't know. Let's get past that. We'll get to. Let's just talk. Get to the movie or director. What's
we have a favorite scene?
I struggled with that, and I just came up with the Carolyn and Barnabas scene where the TV and he couldn't figure out what was going on. He was like, "Tiny, whatever he called her."
Yeah, but that was almost a montage. So I mean, with them fixing up the house and rebuilding the. But no,
there's a scene like that, and then
the fishing thing with that. Well, I mean, it's just part of the montage. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like.
And then him calling her Lady of the Night, and then Mom comes in and she's like, I think you just called me Hooker. Again, struggling first scene here. That's what I came up with.
I went with the Alice Cooper scene just because I enjoyed listening to Alice Cooper sing.
That's one of my bad things.
And that was about
it. Alice Cooper. Like if they would have just done the Mr. Nice Guy song and been done with it, fine. But then it kept going back, and he did like 3 fucking songs. It was like, dude.
He only did 2 songs, but
like it felt like a lifetime. Like the No More Mr. Nice Guy, cool, gotcha. But then the Straight Jacket, and then he was singing another song. It was too much for me. I wrote Alice Cooper. What the fuck?
I like the couple scenes they had at the breakfast table. I mean, they were kind of fun because she's saying that he's from England and he's talking about goofy shit like being old, and the smoking pot scene with the hippies. It could have been way better. I mean, there was an opportunity there for that to be way better. It's just like everything. It's like, okay, well maybe no.
I was disappointed when he passed on smoking.
Yes.
I think there should have been some stuff there.
I felt if he would have been as old born when he was, I feel he would have been a stone cold smoker. Not of weed, obviously, but I mean, feel like he smoked tobacco all the time. You know what I mean?
And if you live forever, who gives a fuck? Like you can do whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm with you. Yeah, passing that up, but I've seen it a couple times, but still makes me chuckle. Is that again the other breakfast scene where he's talking about having a ball, and we should have more balls, and that's what we need. Is this town has more balls and balls and balls and balls and balls. And I was just like balls, but of course, then they take that just like 30 seconds too far. But so those 3 scenes,
It just all falls flat.
I couldn't. I mean, I can't. Nothing just works because nothing goes together. Nothing makes sense.
Even it has Christopher Lee in it for like 3 seconds, and I just don't understand why.
Wait a minute, which one's who?
Oh, he's the captain. He's the captain.
Yeah, but he didn't even need him in there. He did. He could have.
It's just like
this
one and the next one even more. I just don't understand how they convince all of these seemingly good actors to do this bullshit.
Money.
I mean, you can tell from the
ending. I would do a shitty movie for millions of dollars.
I think they really thought that, for the way that ended, that they were going to make 2 or 3 of these. Yeah. Like, I really feel like they were talking like franchise. Now, it might have come together because, I mean, The Kid's a Werewolf. What?
That came out of fucking nowhere.
I mean, nowhere. The only thing that you get a hint of that is when they're at dinner, when they introduce the nanny for the first time, and he talks about the little boy. He talks about how she's got sounds coming out of her room, but he makes it sound like she's in there fucking masturbating very loudly.
I thought too.
Yeah, no, she's turning into a...
But, like, you don't have anybody else in the family that's a werewolf. How is she, like, the only one?
There's no werewolf anywhere in the movie. And
right.
And then
she throw this little line in at the end that the witch led the werewolf in.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean,
and nobody's fucking noticed, that it's a fucking werewolf. Bites it as a baby. Bites her as a baby. There's some time in there where she's sleeping in mom's room or any of that shit. Turns into the werewolf. Nobody notices.
And they didn't make, like, a big deal, like, if it was a full moon or not, like...
No, and...
Did she just make herself turn into a werewolf when she wants to?
I still love Kyle Kinane, I believe in werewolves. Don't believe in the moon turning it, but... what was it,
oh, yeah.
The turning of the moon does not, has nothing to do with you turning into a werewolf, whatever. He explains it a lot better, but he's totally against astrology getting in with werewolves. But yeah, why does she have to be and the little boy sees a ghost, and the other girl sees a ghost, which the little girl, I guess, or the Vicky. I mean, hopefully she's noticed that she's grown up. It's a spitting image of her because it's actually her, playing her. But I mean, it's already would fuck you up being.
And why is she changing her name?
I think the ghost is telling her to do it, but you don't see that until, the ghost is...
Because she had one name, and then she changed her name on the train because she was practicing.
It sounded better, I'm sure. But also, who knows? Johnny Depp says, why would you call yourself Vicky when Victoria is such a beautiful name? So, he doesn't show...
To drip off of every syllable.
Maybe she says her name and the ghost is like, no, do that, but it doesn't show it, so you don't know. But is that really that big of a, would that help the movie a lot? Not really.
No.
Not really.
But, like, there's no reason for her to change her name anyway. Like, nobody knows who the fuck she is. So why does she have to change her name?
I don't know. Maybe the ghost told her. Maybe, just to live in anonymity. Like, maybe the police would show up one day, but I don't know where they would take her. She's an adult now, unless they're going to, it is the 70s. Maybe they drag her back to the crazy bin.
Yeah. It's called the loony bin.
I like to call it crazy bin.
Loony.
The rubbish barrel.
Yeah.
All right.
I call it the dating pool.
And welcome to Tinder. All right.
Swipe right.
Is it left or is it right?
Swipe right when you like somebody, right?
Okay.
Right. I know you dated in the 70s, but yeah, it's swipe right.
That's right.
I wasn't even born in the 70s.
I was, so.
Late.
Yeah, I went dating.
So, do we change any cast out?
What's the point?
No, I did.
You did? Okay.
I did, but
I don't know if it make it better. Oh, you had to turn your page anyway.
All right. So Eva Green is Vespa from Casino Royale. She dies in that Bond girl.
She does.
Change her out with the very next Bond girl and Quantum of Solace, Olga Kurylenko. She's in Magic City. She's in Hitman. She's
Magic City was good.
it was good.
I liked it.
It was pretty good. But I think that they're right at the same age. They're both pretty. I just think that, either one of them could be a crazy bitch. Although I do like me some Eva Green. Change out Michelle Pfeiffer. There's a couple options. I mean, you always put Meryl Streep in for anybody. A younger version, but I don't know.
Jessica Parker.
You can go a little bit younger. Cameron Diaz. I mean, like Cameron Diaz when she's a bitch, like Any Given Sunday, or also with that little bit of crazy that she could add in, like at the beginning of Vanilla Sky. I swallowed your fucking gum. Like, I can't believe Cameron Diaz just said that.
Or when she was in that one movie where she was having sex with the car.
I don't remember that movie.
What?
She's like on the top of like the windshield and she's like fucking the car.
Is that the counselor?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake's in it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And she's totally like fucking the car.
All right, hold on. We got to do some research on that while I finish up. But for the age, Gina Davis would work, but I would say no on that. I'm going to go Jamie Lee Curtis.
Google's going to give me suggestions forever if I Google Cameron Diaz fucking car.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look up Justin on here.
Yeah, so I think Jamie Lee Curtis could have done Michelle Pfeiffer's part. But and then Johnny Depp, let's change.
Counselor. It's the first one that came up. Had sex with car and counselor. Yep.
Yep. Very disturbing.
Never seen it. Never seen it. I had 30 people tell me it was awful, so I just never watched it.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
And the funny part is, so Christian even said, I know we saw it with Holly in the movie theater.
Oh, God,
I know he did. Because I remember him talking about the girl having sex with the car. And it came up not too long ago. I was like, yeah, the Counselor movie. You saw it in the theater. And he's like, no, I didn't. I've never heard of it. I was like, you saw it in the theater with Holly. And he was like, God, I ain't fucking good. I was like, okay, never mind.
But if you told him about the fucking the car, he'd be like, oh, yeah.
That's what came up was fucking the car. Yeah. How do you forget that? I mean, that's like some sort of weird Pornhub Transformers thing. Like fucking three sorority chicks fuck Optimus Prime. Like, what?
Roll out.
Well, I forgot, like, somebody's in the front
Autobots, hold on for the gangbang.
Well, you don't obviously get to see like that. But, so somebody's, like, sitting in the front seat, and then she's on the windshield.
Yeah, I didn't think that she was really, like, getting off on the antenna. I mean, like, I knew she was, anyway.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, the two easy ones would be Robert Downey Jr., or since Colin Farrell makes one good movie out of 10, Colin Farrell, but either one of them can do it. But the creme de la creme of who would have been way better as Barnabas, would be Hank Azaria.
I was thinking Marky Mark.
No, Marky Mark's more of like a high school math teacher, like he is in The Happening, which is another movie that makes me want to kill myself.
It's so bad.
So bad. I mean, you start off and it's like, is Marky Mark, leader of the Funky Bunch, teaching high school science right now? Like, I'd have been better. He might as well just been fucking the janitor. I mean, it's terrible. But yeah, so there's one. I just did it because we didn't do one last. I didn't do one last. I don't know if I've done one the last two times. So you know what? Let's.
Real piece of
Yeah, I know. Well, also we did two animated movies. Like it's. So I mean that's voice work, but did you change anybody out, or did you not bother either? It's okay. I mean, like I said, it's just.
No,
I like.
I like the reaction movie. I'm kind of with Casey. Like, we could change some people out just to see, but none of it's going to make the movie better.
Because you already have good people in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think it's going to make it better.
All right. Well, before we talk about how we could make the movie better, because I think I've got good reasons why it's bad, okay, and then good reasons why we can fix it. Let's get back to Tim Burton real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about Tim for a minute.
All right, so I've got
where did he officially go wrong?
Well, it's either a great movie for me with Tim Burton or it's trash. So, first movie first late 80s, 90s, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I was young, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure is a fun movie. Beetlejuice is awesome. You got first Batman, awesome, especially at the time when it came out. Now you go back and watch it compared to...
It's still good.
Yeah, like Batman is. I like Edward Scissorhands. Also,
Batman, like with Jack Nicholson?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, Edward Scissorhands, Batman Returns. I love Mars Attack. Mars Attack's hilarious. It's like...
I do. Mars Attacks is one of my guilty pleasures.
Oh, God. No birds. I mean, Mars Attack is funny. And then Sleepy Hollow. I like Sleepy Hollow. I couldn't help it.
I'm okay with Tony Todd, actually.
Well, no. Hey, this is all opinion because I want Tim Burton to show up and try to Kevin Smith me. I'll tell you about that. Ed Wood is jumped in there a little bit. It's not good, but it's not bad.
What?
Ed Wood.
What the fuck is that?
Another Johnny Depp movie where he plays Ed Wood. It directed one of the like.
That's the name of the movie, Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. So don't worry about it. And then the only thing that I think since 1999, 2000, he's made that was good. I did like the Mrs. Pedigree's Home for Gifted Children.
You watched that?
I mean, I liked it. I'm not saying that it's like, I love it. But from bad, 2001 going forward, Planet of the Apes.
I like Big Fish. I thought that was okay.
I hate Big Fish, but I hate Big Fish. It's because my roommate has this fucking Ewan McGregor crush, and it was like, I just never really liked it, and it was just always kind of just like, watch it, motherfucker. I always felt like I was in a Clockwork Orange Malcolm McDowell, like I had my eyes pinned open because it was like, fuck, it's your turn to pick the movie, and you're going to fucking pick Big Fish. Fuck you, this movie is all right for once, but, I mean, crap. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, crap. Corpse Bride, fuck you. I didn't like The Nightmare Before Christmas either. Sweeney Todd.
No, Planet of the Apes wasn't great either.
No, that's what I said. This is bad. This in order. Sweeney Todd, crap. This is my opinion. Alice in Wonderland, crap. Big Eyes, crap. Dumbo, crap. Just, ugh. All of
I'm
it.
excited for Beetlejuice 2, but I'm worried.
Oh, what?
Beetlejuice 2.
Are they coming out with the Bible 3? I mean, what the fuck? Why would you come Beetlejuice 2? Why would you do that? That's... Give me another Transformer movie before you give me another Beetlejuice movie. At least fucking... That doesn't make me want to kill myself.
It does sound like Michael Keaton did promise to reprise his role. So I am excited about it.
And Johnny Depp's in it, of course. Winona Ryder.
But we'll get to that later. Or another. But yeah, he's just... And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just money, if he's just out of touch, or if he's run out of ideas, if he has a bunch of different people around him from when he was making movies in the 90s.
He's sold out too much to that gothic vision that everybody liked when he started. It's just like that's all it is now. Like, watch this movie, Dark Shadows. The whole thing, you can tell by the shape of the fucking umbrella that it's a Tim Burton movie.
Oh yeah, with his glasses.
Did he do Frankenweenie?
He did.
I left it out because
I like Frankenweenie. I watched it as a kid with my family.
But
oh my gosh!
You've never once in the decade gone, hey, can we watch Frankenweenie tonight? So you didn't like it that much, but
I forgot about Frankenweenie.
I skipped over it because I
think that's the movie that said Abby Normal.
No, that's Young Frankenstein as Abby Normal.
Oh, I'm thinking of that then. Young Frankenstein. My bad.
I was about to say, like, Frankenweenie, I watched... like
Frankenweenie?
Weenie, whatever. I watched, like, half of it and was like, I can't do this anymore. But...
I'm thinking of Young Frankenstein.
The whole movie...
Radically different movies.
They're both black and white.
Yeah.
They both have
I forget shit.
They both have a monster in it.
Yeah, one's claymation, one's real.
I don't think he really brought back the guy back from the dead. I don't think that's real.
Well, I mean, real
people.
It was a movie I watched like 25 years ago.
I hope you fall out of that fucking chair.
Who, me?
No.
Me.
Oh. I was like, damn.
Wow. Wow. Don't Don't curse me to be a vampire. Ooh,
that's one of my fucking plot holes. Y'all know I know about witches and vampires.
So, number director, let's talk about plot holes, comments, because this is going to take a little while.
Well, those are my main things because y'all know I know about witches and vampires and things.
It's like you got like a card carrying member.
No, she's
you got watched
the Vampire Slayer.
I've watched everything.
There you go. There you go. Buffy the Josh Whedon is, he wrote the book on it.
Cheerleader and Vampire Slayer. Come on.
No.
But seriously, you can't curse someone to be a fucking vampire. You get bitten by one, and then you have to die, and then then you're undead after that because then you die, and then you gotta wake up again, and then you're a fucking vampire. You can't curse somebody to be a fucking vampire.
We don't get the concept of it. I'm just saying.
So that's bullshit right there.
Well, I'm just saying, curse to be a vampire. It's like, there's so many vampire stories where it's really cool to be a vampire, and it's not really that big of a burden. Besides, like, woos me and have to kill people to live. Like, who gives a shit? There's enough of them.
Yeah, because
they're making enough.
You get away with it.
Garbage people as there is, but yeah, curse me to have all these cool powers. Ooh. Like,
you just can't do it.
That's like I'm cursed to be He-Man. Oh, God, whatever I want to. No! I turn into the baddest dude on the planet,
Like right now, if a vampire's like, hey, I'll turn you into a vampire, I'm like, cool.
Yeah, but what you say, like, I get you, but what you're talking about is just like, well, I guess this is going to happen. I've got nothing else to do today.
I'll be like,
as well.
Here you go.
You probably couldn't find a vein in that ginger skin of yours.
Probably not. I'm cursed already.
Yeah.
Also, so that, or someone simply taking some vampire blood and putting it in their body, that's not going to turn you into a vampire either.
But did he bite her?
He did bite her?
He did bite her.
He did bite her.
He did bite her. Zoned out on that one, did you?
Remember he
there's
the blood out of the bag?
Yeah, he sucked it, yeah. So, I
don't know.
Okay, so...
All right, go ahead.
No, Taylor first.
All right. We're going to talk about scornful bitches.
Uh-oh.
So we talked about this a little bit when we started up, but I really want to... How scornful does a bitch have to be?
Man, look, man, back in the day, man, like, you gave her some dick back in the day,
First off, I don't feel like women in the, no offense, women in the 1700s didn't have the scornful gumptionness to be so bitchy.
Yeah,
witches did.
Yeah, there you go. That's what they burned.
Not a regular woman, but a witch.
Every other witch theme out there, witches have to give something to do all this. She can just snap her fucking fingers and dude turns into a vampire. Woman jumps off cliff twice.
Like, shouldn't have to do like a blood sacrifice or something.
You saw her mixing shit up in the pot, but it was like,
okay. And this is what we're going to get into. This is the problem with this movie is that you get like, if it would have just gone and said that, like she's talking to herself as she's casting a spell, like I make this potion which turns me into like a sorcerer witch, like that way you have like Gandalf powers. Would have fixed that. I mean, it just...
She just happened to be a witch working in his household? Like, come the fuck on.
What else are you going to do in Maine? That's another fucking problem.
She was probably stalking him to begin with.
Well...
Because he's a prominent family. So it's a town of like 50 people.
They had a staff of 200 servants back in the day.
100.
Whatever, then. More than 50.
I have that written down too. Why would you need 100 people for this house? Maybe 10.
I was even going to say 5.
You know what? I've never been a witch maid before, so I don't know the logistics of that. But
then also, too, if it's a witch, a vampire could kill a fucking witch.
Not if she turned herself into like a sorceress.
Yeah, but again, she's supposed to be a regular witch.
I mean, okay, well... Obviously, she wasn't. And why does she keep cracking if they're not gonna like her exterior shell crack off and she's this old haggle old bitch that's 300 years old, 200 years old? I don't know.
Why does she rip out her heart at the end? That doesn't fucking make sense either.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, people. We've got a long movie to talk bad about. Let's not get all the way to the end just yet.
Well, it was stupid.
Oh, I just fucking. It's not even. It doesn't make the list because you know what? It's burned into my brain.
She looks pretty hot in that red dress at the party, though.
She looks fucking hot in everything she's in that fucking movie.
So,
even when
when
she's down on her knees scrubbing the floor in the maid's costume, it's still just like, hello, nurse. You know, but she's a pretty lady. Leave me alone.
Well, and it could have been cooler, like if she ripped her heart out and it was still like beating and like bloody.
It kind of was, but it looked
fake, and then it turned into dust.
Well, how long do you think a heart can withstand outside the body? This isn't Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, okay?
It would still be.
I guess it can stay as long as she can make him a vampire. She can have her heart stay outside her body as long as she wants.
And she seemed to be killed pretty easily.
Did she?
Yeah.
It took a bunch of people.
They threw her around the room quite a bit.
But to have lived 200 years and to be whatever seemed to be like not that hard to kill her.
To be honest with you, at that point in time, after watching so much of the movie, and again, we're still at the end, let's go back to the beginning. I was quite all right at the length of time it took them to kill her, which was quick, which was good, because then it just got quicker to the credits.
But then they ruined that lovely chandelier.
They burned the whole fucking house down, honey.
That chandelier, I like it.
Okay. Wow.
They lock his ass back in a coffin, but
they'll bury him.
Put him somewhere what the little kid can find.
So they don't bury him.
Or drop him off the fucking cliff into the ocean.
He might break the coffin, then he gets out. I mean, what? What? As dumb as this movie was, is out of the realm of possibilities. At this point in time, I mean, they could have thrown him off, and the whale from fucking Dumbo could have come up, or Pinocchio could have come up, ate him, in the belly, somebody would have opened it up, and it'd been a fucking puppet that came to life, and they shoot up the blowhole, and they're best buddies, and instead of, after they kill the witch, they start solving fucking mysteries together. I mean, wow. I mean, that's part two right there.
Or they could have thrown him off the cliff, but it would have hit the cliff, so then he would have.
You would what? See? Okay, so, all right, so the movie doesn't, like I said, with the witch with that powers.
In the whale blowhole.
The Johnny Depp in the whale hole.
He would have killed the whale in the whale's belly.
The beginning of the movie starts off
with those long ass fingernails.
Yeah. the movie starts off with a little.
His fingernails too, like this whole thing got on my nerves.
Well, I didn't think they needed to make him look like that. I mean, at least if anything, could we give him a haircut? I mean, like, give him a makeover? I mean, and the music doesn't match up because Barry White's song doesn't come out to 74 and it's supposed to be.
A lot of the songs were like that.
I know. I looked up a lot of them. Some of them were real close, but no, like he's got this. There's this love story which they don't go anything into. Which again, because it's just summarizing the events of the past so you can get forward. Fine, but since they take all that out, like where does Vicky come, or whatever his girl's name is that falls off the cliff? Where does she fucking come from? Then he wakes up, finds her to be the spitting image of her, even though it's not, but spitting image. And there's this love story that goes on. Well, they kind of have a little, and then they read love story on the beach, and then you don't see them interact for 30 fucking minutes. But then the next time you see them interact, they're standing on the beach, the waves, talking about the little kid, and it's just like, oh, we're holding hands. Like, and then you don't see him for another 15 minutes. And why introduce the ghost?
That's how love happens.
Oh, okay. And then even with that, with like the ghost, you see it the hallway, and you think, okay, well that's haunting the castle or something, or the ghost is trying to tell her how to like, set the spirit free. They never do that. All she's just doing is like reenacting like the worst day of her life. Like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't correlate with anything. The doctor doesn't take care of the kid ever. I mean, I understand that the dad's a scoundrel, but I mean,
scoundrel.
Well, he smokes cigarettes. He's kind of a shitty father, even though they don't really even get into that until he decides that they gave me money and let me leave. But he's single, so he's not cheating on anybody in the coat room with the girl, but he's stealing stuff out of the coat room. Doesn't make any sense. How does the witch? And I'm, again, I'm thinking too much into this one right here because it's, it's witch, whatever. But she's just, does she fake her own death and then just come back to life, or what? Like, she's supposed. I mean, it's the same woman, but she's supposed to be 8 different women. That nothing,
Nobody looked at those pictures and been like,
yeah,
that's the same woman.
Nothing. Okay.
But yeah, they never go into it, like how she does it.
And so this right here, which irritates the shit out of me, but I understand it's a source material because it was based on a show. Well, I mean, you can still change it. Who the fuck is rich in Maine in the 1700s with fish? Who the fuck? Where the fish going? There's nobody to fuck up there to fucking buy the fish, no matter how much fish you have, let alone to buy enough fish to fucking build a fucking palace way up on the mountaintop or the hillside. Like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
And didn't they say it took 15 years to build that house?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like.
Golly, where did you live for 15 years?
I guess they lived down with the fucking common folks.
Can you imagine taking 15 years to build a fucking house? That's wild.
No, well, they didn't have like a bulldozer or anything.
Whew. Crazy.
They didn't have a lot going on anyway.
I think it would be more believable if they said like 5 years.
Even Green.
15 seems like a long time.
Even Green hates them, curses them. Doesn't give them the option of like, look, I'm gonna fuck you up if you don't fuck me, and hell with you, witch, or nothing else. It's just, I really like him. And now we kill his girlfriend and curse him
and ruin his entire family forever.
And then we'll just turn around and case him. I'll just leave him in the ground. Was she ever planning on digging him the fuck up? I mean, she obviously been.
I mean, why couldn't she just?
She hadn't moved on in 200 years. She hadn't found something else to fuck. I mean, like, at least get on that broomstick with that your panties on while you're riding it around. I mean, let it little tinkle. Oh my.
But like, why didn't she just kill the girl and then be like, well, now you don't have anybody, you have to be with me?
She did kill the girl.
I know, so I'm saying she didn't have to curse him.
Because he jumped off the cliff after her.
Yeah, but then she locked his ass in a box. I don't understand that part. If she was if this whole thing ultimately came down to her saying, okay, I cursed you, you're gonna be my lover even if you don't fucking like it, wait, let me lock you in a box.
Right.
See, and again, so let's fix this movie by not having the Eva Green love story or whatever. No witch. You don't have to have a witch. We can have a different witch that had nothing to do with the vampire, and he actually gets turned into a vampire, and his girlfriend, fiance, whatever, figures out he's a vampire and can't stand to be with the vampire, and how dare he, but she can't love anybody else. She tosses herself over the cliff because he's a murderer. And then he goes into depression, gets sloppy in his vampiring job, and then the townspeople come and they bury him, and then he accidentally gets woken up 200 years later while they build him a house. Now,
tell me this. I have a question.
Now you can just come out right off with the werewolf. You could come out with the doctor that turns herself into the vampire. You could have a witch that move into the town or whatever. Like there's just. And then he can fuck Vicky whenever he can finger bang her at the table or something. I don't, whatever.
So hold on, riddle me this. I got something. It's gonna be a little drab. You're a vampire, Johnny Depp, whatever. You're with a human. Does the thirst take over during that week of the month?
Dude, you were fucking like that's.
Had to go there.
That would be. Okay, we go back to Interview with the Vampire. That would be Old Blood, and you don't want to drink Old Blood. So
yeah.
So they just reserve that period blood for sharks and bears.
Good answer.
There you go.
Good answer.
Survey says. Well, one answer.
It's good.
The werewolf.
Or the human girl, she would have. First off, that was her boyfriend or whatever.
First off,
he could go down on her and they would both have a great time.
First off, slippery when wet.
I mean, just say it.
So, but
Red Wings or whatever.
It's the Red Wings, is what you get.
We have come right off the rails here on Plot Off the Press.
You asked the question.
I did ask the question.
Come here, bitch. Let me pull your tampon string out with my fangs.
Okay.
I don't know why he calls her a bitch.
What are you doing now?
Well, I kind of did like the Eva Green being kind of like the Death Becomes Her. Have y'all ever seen that with?
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
That was kind of a Death Becomes Her, like
just when she turned her head around.
Yeah, well, I know. So it didn't get.
Death Becomes Her is a much better movie than this.
It's a much better movie than this, but this thing which I hated was the fact that Alice Cooper was in the movie, even though I'd have liked it if Alice Cooper somehow ironically played Alice Cooper instead of just getting in there and singing a song. Like I wish he had like dialogue because he invites all.
Like what if he was a vampire?
That's what I was thinking. That would have made this movie infinitely better.
Well, yeah. But they're having a ball, and Alice Cooper's playing in 1971, and he invites all these old people. Like, they would fucking hate Alice Cooper. I mean, ladies, stand and listen to this satanic devil music.
It's the
Opal, get in the car, we are leaving. And yes, his wife's name is Opal in that fictitious character's life.
I was thinking Eunice.
Eunice is good. I have
Miss Daisy.
My grandmother's sister was named Ut.
Whoa.
Ut.
How do you spell it?
I don't know. I just know it was Ut.
I hope it was just UT.
She never lived here. They lived in Little Rock, and then I think she finally moved back to Kansas, because if I do have they live in Kansas. But yeah, Ut.
Nanas?
No, my dad's mom.
Oh, okay.
Ut.
All right. So I do want to bring us in for a hard landing here. We are pushing 50 minutes on.
Oh,
wow. I think the gist of this is the first really bad movie we've done in a long time. I watched it so that you don't have to. Do not watch this movie.
Yeah.
Or do it. Talk shit about it.
Unless they're going to come out with a part 2, well, because, I mean, let's go for... Yeah, come on. Let's part 2 it up, bitches.
As long as it's R-rated, I guess.
It needed to be R-rated.
Yeah.
It needed to be... It needed more balls, is what it needed. It needed more balls. That would have... Yeah, you definitely need some paresthesis.
Yes.
And some,
well, the next movie we're about to talk about has nothing but naked women.
But yeah,
for like no reason.
But like for no reason.
Yeah,
that sex scene. Anyway, right. We'll talk about the next movie. But that sex scene is just unreal.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us here on Plot Off the Press. Like, subscribe, send some comments, look on Spotify, look at blah 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 blah.
Send you some flowers for Amber Heard in this movie.
Yeah, they might throw out the piece. It's getting loud.
Let them all let it all lay to rest.
All right. Till next time.
Deuces, bitches.
Bye.